Tonight, I'm welcome Mr. William Greer from Texas. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us.
I'm fine. Fine, thank you.
Yes. We've been in touch together several times by email. I'm very happy that we are communicating right now in our discussion on YouTube. First of all, I would like you to introduce yourself to the people hearing us and seeing us.
Yes, I'm William Greer. I'm the director of a film festival in Austin, Texas. I've been working at the Coalition of Texans with Disabilities since 2004, and I've been doing some disability advocacy and raising awareness and also raising funds for this organization.
Yes.
I got interested in this work because I have a disability. I had an open skull wound when I was 17 years old.
Yes.
I became legally blind as a result. And after finishing school, I worked in a variety of jobs before finding this organization, which is a cross-disability advocacy organization.
Yes.
We work to make sure that every Texan who has a disability can share in equal civil and social rights with all other Texans.
Yes. And when is the organization called the Coalition of Texans with Disability? We will share its website. When it was founded originally?
1978.
Yes. Yes. And right now, before we talk about the film festival, of course, the organization has activities along the year, correct?
I'm sorry?
The organization have different activities to help disabled people along the year, not only the film festival.
Oh, yes, lots of different things.
What kind of support do they actuate only in Texas or beyond Texas?
We are a statewide organization, so we are really only in Texas. Occasionally, we'll go to Washington, D.C. or collaborate with people from other states, but everything we do is really centered in Texas.
Yes.
We do legislative advocacy every other year when the legislature is in session. And we work on a variety of different things, just depending on what's going on.
Yes.
Sometimes we have protests against restaurants that are inaccessible. We've worked with some places to help them become more accessible.
Yes.
And it literally is what we do depends on what's happening at that point in time. In 2003, the organization did a climb up Mount Everest. A group of people, all who had disabilities, reached the base camp of Mount Everest, and someone who only had one arm went to the top of Mount Everest. A couple of years after that, someone protested inaccessible things by doing a 350-mile hand cycle marathon. He's paraplegic, so he rode his hand cycle 350 miles from South Padre Island to the state capitol. So sometimes we have things like that. Sometimes it's protests, and sometimes it's teaching people how to make their businesses more accessible.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's speak about the film festival. For how many editions it was on right now?
This will be the 16th time that we've done it.
Yes. And it's short and long features or only short films?
Short and feature films.
Yes.
When I started it in 2004, we just showed feature films.
Yes.
A few years after that, we opened a short film competition.
Hmm.
So we have short disability films. And so now we show feature length and short films,
Yes.
just depending on what's out there.
Yes. Do you present films about people with disability, or sometimes do you present films, done by a filmmaker or an amateur who ventured into cinema, but he has also disability? I mean, a filmmaker or everything related to the disability in general.
We show both. We show films about disability and films starring people with disabilities, sometimes a film made by someone who has a disability.
Yes.
Um,
So everything.
yes, everything. And I
Yes.
think the best films have been by people or starring people who have disabilities.
Yes. Maybe documentaries basically as well.
Yes, and sometimes they're feature length, sometimes they're dramatic films, sometimes they're documentaries,
Yes.
and
Yes,
we've
because
had drama films starring people with disabilities.
yes, sir. Yes, because sometimes there are films who uses actor or actress who suffers from certain disability, and he got, very good training and directorial efforts from the director to present the role. I mean, on the screen sometimes, correct?
Yes.
Yes, I remember in that context a very famous French-Belgian film called The Eighth Day. Maybe you have screened it. It was more than 10 years ago, with French actor Daniel Auteuil, maybe. And this movie is very touching, It's about, it's some kind of a French Rain Man. If we remember, Rain Man was Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. And this film is also about a businessman who discovers that he has a brother who suffer from, the Mongolian syndrome.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yes, maybe I suggested to you to screen it. It's very touching films. I think you will love it. Screening it, I remember in Cannes Festival, it won Best Actor, and it was split between the two protagonists.
Uh, One of the most interesting short films that we had was a winner.
Yes,
It just started off as a conversation between two people, and the man was really angry at the lady, and he was saying, "Oh, you kept going out with this guy. Why do you trust this guy so much?" And then at the end of the short film, you find out that they're both blind, and he's really angry because she has a guide dog, and she's spending lots of time with her guide dog.
yes.
And that's an unexpected twist at the end that I really enjoyed.
Yes, yes. Right now, of course, you are familiar with the COVID-19 problem. It's all around the world and the United States. And of course, there were big worries about people suffering from certain diseases that they can be more exposed to the COVID-19 virus if they are not well protected. I want to know if in that particular, problem, did you do any efforts for awareness with people suffering from disability to aware them and to protect them, from this big problem?
Well, we're doing a few things. We're certainly encouraging everyone with a disability to vote from home. You can mail in a ballot that way to avoid the danger of going in person to a polling place. Um, We want to hold the film festival live, but we might be holding it online. At a bare minimum, we're going to be having half the seats in the theater filled, and we might do a combination of online and partially live festival. Right now, everyone in the office is working from home, and we are, rather than meeting live with people who have disabilities, we're
Yes,
meeting lots of people over Zoom. So we're doing all of our meetings remotely.
yes,
And we're certainly posting information online about safety and safety precautions.
yes, yes. And this year, you are planning to organize the edition at which date?
And I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Yes, are you planning to organize the next edition of the festival at which date?
It's always it's October 17 and 18.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. So it will be 2 days.
We've had it 2 days for most of the time that we've held the festival.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. Very good. And is there any particular activity you plan to do this year, starting on until through the festival or generally through the organization?
we are going to be having an online festival, an online version of the festival for about a month. We're
Yes,
still working out the details of that, but people will be able to go online and watch some highlights from past festivals. About a month before the festival, they'll
yes.
have roughly 30 days to look at a lot of films.
Excellent. Will this be only inside the United States or international? I mean, the website,
If you if you've got a computer, you can see it. So you can see it
the films.
anywhere with internet access.
Excellent. And it will be like free or for a certain fee?
We're going to have a fee. We haven't decided what the fee will be yet. We're still setting that up.
Yes. Excellent, sir. So, Mr. William Greer, I want to thank you very much for this discussion, and I wish you the best of luck with the organization of the festival and the activities of the organization. And I will be very happy to share the link to submit films. I think it's through Film Freeway platform, correct?
Correct.
So let's hope it will be a very successful and inspiring edition for all the attendees and all the viewers worldwide.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.